Alright, what's going on, guys? It's our situation here, and I'm not prepared for this at all, but we're gonna try to do this in one take, so here we get into it. So, this story is my whole concussion story, so it's talking about everything that happened to up to this point. So, we're gonna start off the day it happened. Saturday, March 7th, 2015. So I had a game, I don't remember what time it was, but it was like for like third or I think it was like third place in hockey, which we ended up winning. But it was an interesting day. So I ended up winning the game, and then like we normally did, since we won, we went to Dunkin' Donuts, which is right near the ice rink. You know, get some good old donuts. You know. And then after we did that, we headed home. We didn't have anything else to do. So I was chilling in my room, really tired. And then my dad was like, "You want to go, like, I want to, I don't know, you took me to go to some libraries. And what normally happens is I skate outside the libraries. So I end up skating outside the library. And this library is a little far from my house, so I'm gonna explain everything in detail. Unlike the previous concussion story I told, I didn't explain it very well, so I'm gonna take the time to explain everything. So I was skating outside, and I did a trick going backwards, which is called a fakie tray, which I'll put on screen right now. So anyways, that's a fakie tray, but instead of landing normal, I landed on the side of the board like I explained in the last one. So I fell, and I literally just smashed my head off the concrete, and what I didn't do is put my arms out, which I don't know why I didn't, but my head bounced off the ground, and then I was kind of in shock. I was like, there was no way I really just hit my head. And I was like, oh my god, I did hit my head. And then the pain started to come in, and I started screaming. But it wasn't that bad. And then a car came by, and the car asked me if I was okay. I said no. And they're like, "Where's your parent?" I'm like, "He's in the I said, "My dad, and he's in the library." Like, "What's his name?" So I told him my dad's name. I went to go find him. The guy comes out, he says he couldn't find him, and I gave him our last name, and then he finds him. And then by the time my dad came out, a lady had called an ambulance, and then there was like a crowd of people around me. And I didn't want to get up because, like, I haven't seen when other people get hurt during skateboarding, people, like, when they try to get up, they're like, the people like around them won't let them get up because they're scared something will happen, which I understand now, but I was like, I'm just not gonna get up. At first, literally in my head, at one point, I thought I was faking it. I was like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. I'm just faking it, and I was like, there's no way I could be faking that. So I ended up getting like my dad comes out, asks me what happened. He told me he thought I got hit by a car. But no, that's not even what happened. So, 2 ambulances came. And still, you explain to me why 2 ambulances came? I still haven't looked it up. But, 2 ambulances came, and they were holding up my neck, because they were scared for something in my back or neck that happened. But I knew, obviously, it wasn't bad then. So they were asking me like what today was, what was my name, day of the week it was. They were asking me those basic questions a paramedic would normally ask. You know, I think I was answering them right, I don't remember. So they asked my dad if they want to take me to the hospital. And my dad, so dumb, because my mom told him we were going to meet him at the hospital, and he thought that she was going to meet him in the parking lot. So I ended up staying in the car, and a common side effect of a concussion is the light burning. It was just burning so bad, so I had a coat over my head, and I almost like threw up a couple times, and then like what's it called? And then it was my mom came, and then like I got in the car. I wasn't saying anything. Like I was trying to put sentences together, but literally I would like start the sentence and not even finish. It would just be like, I don't know. It was really weird. I couldn't really finish my sentences. So she's like, "All right, you're going to the hospital." So we ended up going to the hospital nearby my house. Not nearby, but close, I guess. Like 15 minutes. Pretty close. And there, they took me in immediately, and then they had me in a wheelchair, and I was laying in the bed, and I was getting super tired. And then like, she asked me like when my birthday was and where we were. I forgot my birthday. I didn't know exactly where we were. I didn't know. Well, I did, but I didn't get it what she was saying. So like, I don't know. They ended up getting me a CT scan, like a CAT scan. You know, scan my brain just in case for a crack. Just in case for brain bleeding, because it's always very important that gets checked. And sorry if I stutter at all. One of the side effects from the concussion is I stutter at times, so apologize for that, but I'm only doing this for one take. So I got a CAT scan, and nothing was there except for you could see swelling in my neck, and I weren't even looking at my neck really. So they wheeled me in a I remember, so in the like the hospital beds, they wheeled me around, and I felt like really embarrassed to be in. I was like, do I have to be in this? And I was like, please don't let me. Can I just go in the wheelchair? They wouldn't let me. So I don't know. I didn't want to be seen in a hospital bed, but I got a prescription for Oxycontin. If you don't know, Oxycontin it's a narcotic that's is for a prescription drug. It's like a prescription drug sold at a CVS. So I was on that for a few days, and really on that stuff is the funniest. It pretty much, when you take it, you get high, pretty much. And I don't do drugs or anything, but this is for medical reasons only. And like literally, everything was 10 times funnier. And you know, I could laugh at anything if I wanted. So, a couple of days after that, I started going to the doctors like 3 times a week. So I was going to a concussion clinic. For like the first 2 weeks, I was going to a concussion clinic, and then they were like, how do I put it? They were just looking at my head, and they started feeling my neck. They started feeling how bad and messed up it was. Like, there's knots everywhere, and your neck should be like all loose, but it was all tight and stuff. So the next week, I got 2 appointments for the neck physical therapy. It's just to work on my neck, work it out. And on top of that, so Mondays was concussion clinic, Tuesdays are physical therapy, Thursdays are physical therapy, and I've been doing that for a couple weeks until my symptoms started getting worse. I started throwing up now. I started like getting, for some reason, if you guys heard about this, if I told you guys, I have told you guys, but if you don't remember, at points I get really dizzy from putting pressure on the back of my head or exercise, too much exercise, which we don't know why that's happening. And, you know, so we had to call off, because the dizziness kept happening and I kept throwing up, so I had to call off everything, and I met with the head person of my concussion clinic, and they're trying to diagnose some things for me. So for last week, I didn't have any appointments till today. They wanted to check on my vestibular systems, which is in your ear. It's like deals with like how you feel, like sick, any of that, and it deals with your balance and all that. So they went to do that, and the lady already checked my vestibular systems by like exercise and all that. So I was asking her questions like today. Everything's up till today. I was asking her like, why is this happening? They have no answers for me, so I was getting pretty mad. It's like, I have no clue what's happening. They don't either. I mean, I know they're trying, but like it's so frustrating when you don't know what's happening. So I'm kind of here right now. So I'm gonna see one of the head guys at Children's Hospital in Washington D.C. to like I don't know, see it. But I forgot to tell you guys about the MRI. So I made a video earlier today talking about the MRI, and I got my results in later after the video. So there it showed. Alright, they thought it was my vestibular system's making me all weird because the MRI showed nothing in my neck, nothing wrong. And then the lady tells me today, because she said there's no vestibular issues really, just a little minor one. She tells me that my neck is maybe throwing me off. I got so mad because literally the MRI shows nothing that my neck, it just shows swelling, nothing that would throw me off balance. So I'm at a point where no, I just can't do anything, and it just makes me angry knowing that there's nothing I can do about it, and there's nothing that they're doing right now to help me. So I'm literally just like suffering. And it kind of sucks to think about it like that, but I can't do anything anymore. I can't go to PE anymore. That was my favorite. Going to PE, playing basketball. I've been out of PE for 2 months. It happened March 7th. It's May 4th right now. 3 more days and that's 2 months. I don't think you guys understand how frustrating this is. But this video, I'm going to end it off here. So this video is talking about everything that's going on. So my symptoms are not really getting better. I'm still throwing up and all that. And today I stayed home because I threw up last night and this morning. So I don't know. I hope you guys can leave a like. Show some support for me. It's kind of make me feel better because, you know, I can't do much. I skated yesterday, but I'm not supposed to anymore for a while till we figure out what's going on. So if you guys could please leave a like, that's greatly and highly appreciated. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.